Speed. Had this thought, revelation, if you will, and it's regarding success. It's regarding breakthrough. It's regarding how that comes together. So let's just think about sports, or let's think about competition. If I'm competing against you, so your goal is to achieve, let's take basketball. Your goal is to score 2 points or score 3 points to get the ball. Let's get a prop. All right, so we're gonna talk about simple sports. Let's think logically. So we're playing basketball. This is the goal. This is the vehicle. This is the money maker right here. And to make the money, I gotta put this through a hoop with a net, and there's a backboard that kind of helps you. So they give you tools to help you get it in there, right? You have the backboard, you have the rim, you have the net to help it kind of fall through. You have the tools to get it in there. Your job is to put this into the basket as many times as you can. Now, if you can do that from far away, you get bonus points. You get an extra point. But if you get up close and you just lay it in, bam, 2 points. Now, you could be just inside of the 3-point line and it still counts for 2 points. So you're working really hard. And a lot of people, think about it, a lot of people work just hard enough to be inside of the 3-point line, and they could, bam, hitting, bam. You a good shooter, step back a little bit, one step. You are one step away from extra. You are one step away. So that wasn't even the message for this video, but that's good, y'all. I just came up with that on the spot. That's good. So we're gonna take that competition. Now, if I'm the defender, if I'm the defense, because you know opposition is gonna come, right? So if I'm the defense, my job is to stop you from putting the ball in the hoop. So I know what your objective is, but I wanna stop you because I'm trying to win. So your defense, your defender is on the objective. They have their own objective. I gotta stop you so I can win. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do to stop you at all costs. So if you think you don't have people out here that are gonna do whatever they gotta do to stop you at all costs, then what game are you playing? What game are you playing? What game has no objective, no defender, or a person that would object to your success? What game? Who are you competing against? So you have to first, before you can do anything, you have to know who you are. So before you decide what you're gonna do, before you decide what vehicle, anything you're gonna do, you have to know who you are. Same thing if you're on a team. If you're on a basketball team, if you're the center, you have to know who you are. Are you the scoring center? Are you just the big man, the rebounder, the defender, get blocks? Are you the power forward? Are you the shooting guard? So if you're the center, you're not supposed to really be shooting and you taking all the shots. Unless you're Shaq, you're probably hurting the team. So you got to know who you are before you know what to do. So we'll come back to that. But let's get back to the defender. So let's think about life. Now we're going to take it to life, just general life. So God created all of us. You know, I'm a firm believer in God, and He created us. And there is a spirit world that is unseen, but is very real. Before anything happens in this world, before this happened, think about it. Before I could get on this camera or sit here in front of this screen, which it doesn't look like a screen to you, I forgot. Before I could sit here and do this video, I had to have a thought. So where do you think that thought came from? I didn't just make it up. I'm not just sitting here making this up. I had this whole thing thought through in my brain in the spirit world that came from somewhere. Now it's manifesting. So it was unseen. It came into my mind as a thought, and now I'm producing it. So a lot of times we just sit on our thoughts. We sit on the stuff that comes to us, and it never manifests. But we are the vehicle of manifestation. We have to do the work to get it out. We have the skills, we have the power, we have the vision. We just don't do it because another thought comes in that says, "You can't do that. That doesn't exist." It already exists. If you're thinking it, if you have a great idea, it already exists. You just don't know how to do it. You don't know how to manifest it, but that wasn't for you to manifest to know in the first place. You didn't even know the idea. So if you thought the thought, you were given the assignment and you need to carry it out. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. It's just going to, the same way that thought came to you, the people you need, the tools you need, they will come to you as well. Because that thought that was sent to you, it's like, think of like an email. Sorry guys, phone rang. I need to get a camera to prevent the phone stuff, but I don't get calls that much, so I might stick with it. But let's go back to what I was saying. So think of it like a CEO, and we have this project, and I have this thought to manifest this project and how we're going to get it done. And I know I have this person, Jane, that's good at marketing. I have Billy that's good at, branding. And I have John that's good at like building stuff. So I have this idea of a project. So it's going to take all three of those people to get it done. So I'm going to send Jane, Billy, and John an email and say, hey, and I might send them individually an email. So one might not know the others involved. So they all get the email and I share the idea with them. I don't tell them, who's involved. I just say, hey, can you handle this piece? And they're like, now if they look at it like, they start overthinking it and like, I don't know if I can, do that. I can do this part, but how is this gonna, like, why would I can't do, they start using that word can't. Like how, I don't know if I can bring this, they start taking it on by themselves. They don't even think about that. Now these are their coworkers. They don't even think about the other pieces. They don't even think about the other people that could help them. They're just trying to take this big thing on by themselves. Never mind, just do the piece that I gave you to do, right? So we have a meeting and I bring everybody in. I say, thanks for accepting, your role in this project that we have. This is how it's going to play out. Then now you have the aha moment, like, oh, so this comes after they've accepted it. Because, maybe I sent them a message saying, hey, if you are in, be here at a certain time. Now, if they thought themselves out of it, see, the enemy's going to come in and say, you can't get this done. How are you going to do this whole project by yourself? You start overplaying it and then you turn down the job and you miss out on something great. So let's get into kind of the meat of what I was going to say. So we talked about competition. So we were created, we each have a talent, we each have a gift. So from birth, you've had an opposition to your gift. God created you for a purpose. The enemy doesn't want that purpose to be fulfilled. So what's going to happen is the enemy knows what your gift is. And since birth, you have been getting tricked or primed or misled in a certain direction. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to a movie and I want y'all to think about this movie. So I'm gonna get out the way for a second because I want to put it on the screen. So right here, we're gonna look at this movie, Wanted, and I'm gonna show the guy. I forgot the guy's name. Is it Leo? Hold on, let me pause the video right there. Okay, the guy's name is Wesley. I had to go look it up. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the wait. Okay, so Wesley. So this is Wesley. So let's look at Wesley. So if y'all, now spoiler alert, you know, if you've never seen the movie Wanted, stop the video here and go watch it. It's a great movie. You know, Morgan Freeman, Angelina Jolie, great movie, good action. So, okay, so Wesley is being targeted by what we think in the movie when we were first watching it, we think they're trying to help him. And Wesley's whole life, he has this enormous gift, and he can, you know, his dad was this master assassin, and his dad was a part of this organization, like this fraternity of people, and, you know, it was based upon fate and, you know, based upon certain people's actions. If they eliminated these people, they protected many people that would be affected by just eliminating this one person. It was based on like fate. And basically the dad discovered that the people that were kind of overseeing this, these targets were starting to, they were tainted. It was no longer based on fate. It was really one person that was orchestrating it. And so it was against the code. So now he went rogue. So the enemy knew that he had a son. And basically they went after the son to get to the dad. And what they did was they knew the son had the same special gifts, because his dad was like the top person. So they knew that the dad had these special gifts that he passed to his son. So they targeted the son and made it look like they were rescuing the son. And they spent it. They said, look, you know, this guy, which really is the dad, but they told him, you know, Wesley didn't know who his dad was. So they just told him, your dad's been killed by this guy. So they told him that the person that was his dad, they told him that he actually killed his dad. So now he's thinking his dad is a killer of his, you know, he thinks his dad killed his dad, basically, is how it appears to us. So they misled him. And his actual gift, his whole life, he thought it was anxiety. He thought it was panic attacks. He just thought he was heavily medicated. He thought something was wrong with him, but it was actually his gift that he didn't know how to control. So the enemy took him in, trained him up, got his confidence up, showed him how to, you know, they basically was training him to kill his own father. And he didn't even know it. He's thinking he's going after the enemy. He thinks he's going avenging his father's death. The whole time, they didn't lie to him. So the whole time they lied to him. From birth, he's thinking one thing, and then the enemy comes in and they perpetuate that same story. And then at the end of the day, he ends up killing his own dad. And then after his dad, you know, his last words were like, Wesley, look, everything they told you was a lie. I am your father. And he's like, what? And then Angelina's character comes in and she confirms it. And then she's actually tries to kill him right then and there, but then he escapes. And then now he goes back and lights him up. But I use that example to say, from birth, you have a gift, and your whole life, the enemy has been attacking you in that area. So from birth, let's say your gift is attached to the color blue. Like the color blue is whatever your gift is, the color blue is like the color that you need to have and be one with to get your gift and your talent out. So let's just use that as an example. So if I'm the defender, if I'm the enemy, my objective is to make you hate the color blue. So from birth, I'm going to be attacking you in that area. Everything blue, I'm going to just attach to stuff that you totally despise. And I'm going to make sure that you do not like the color blue. So what's going to happen when you grow up and it's time for you to, you figure out the what, figure out the who, you're going to be, my name is, Jane, and I hate the color blue. You're gonna probably like the color. Let's say the color orange is the color that's attached to just, nothing, and it won't do you any good. You're gonna love orange. I'm gonna make sure you love orange. And blue, you're gonna hate blue. And then what's gonna happen is, let's say now you start becoming more, you develop a prayer life, you start getting closer to God. And God reveals to you, this is the plan. This is my plan for you. And guess what? It includes the color blue. What you're gonna do? Now you're gonna have to shift. So basically, your gift, your breakthrough is attached to something you hate. But you have to think about why you hate it. Do you really hate it? Or were you primed and trained and lied to your whole life to hate it? So you were programmed and conditioned to. So you have to break those chains. You're basically chained and shackled up. Your mind has been programmed. So the message is, everything that you think you hate is probably attached to your actual breakthrough. And you need to do a self, it's nothing I can really do. I don't know your background, I don't know your backstory. I'd have to literally one by one, talk to people and interview people to find out what are the things that, what are some of the buzzwords, what are some of the things that happened in your childhood. You would have to go deep to figure out certain things, but if you can just bring that to the forefront and start thinking about your life, start thinking about some of your interests, start thinking about what your gifts are, and start connecting them and connecting the dots. It could be people that you don't like. It could be, enemies people that you think are your enemies, that you were just conditioned to not like that personality type, not like that person, maybe the features of the person, it could be anything. It could be foods, it could be certain industries, maybe, certain job industries, or just think about certain things that stick out and then another thing is, think about them in general. Like, just generally take it outside of your own likes, dislikes, personality, and then put it in there. Do an analysis of, okay, is this something that, I don't like, but somebody else may like? Like, is this really something to not like? Is this in it on its own? Is it bad on its own? Because there are certain things that are right, there are certain things that are wrong. But then there are certain things that we just like and dislike. So I'm not saying something that that is generally wrong, it will be attached to that, because that wouldn't make sense. So generally, these things are good, but it's just your personal taste that's been attacked, because you can like or dislike something that's good. It doesn't matter. Now, if it's wrong, that's a whole nother story. So we're not talking about that. So I just want to make that distinction and clarification. So really survey yourself and think about it. And then what you'll find is certain things that you may dislike could have been an attack from birth, and you may have been conditioned. And it might just be your breakthrough. It might just be the thing that's attached to your success, to your talent, to your gift. So do that self-reflection. Think about everything we talked about, you know, the competition, the enemy, and think about it. If you a shooter on a basketball team and I'm the opposing team, we're coming at, that's what we shut down. We come in for that. So you have to overcome these obstacles, and that's the message for today. So thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.